Hey, it's Max Action here, and I am here with Miss Kitty. She is a YouTuber with Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. So I met her here on this cruise, and I wanted to interview her so you can see, especially on this 90-day adventure that we're on, that she is another creator just like we are that suffers and deals with a lot of the same types of things. So Miss Kitty, I've got a question for you. Number one, so we were talking a little bit on how you got started, but tell me a little more on how your channel actually began, how you got started and going.
Well, I had always enjoyed Wild West history, and I did my master's thesis on the gunfight at the OK Corral and how it's interpreted in film. And I've always just been interested in it, and I wanted to write a book one day. My husband said, why don't you have a YouTube channel and each video can be a chapter of your book? And I was like, no, I'm shy, I don't want to be on camera and all that stuff. And then one day I was out kind of exploring, taking the dog on a walk, and I found an old grave out in the middle of the desert, and I was like, this is something I could see putting on YouTube. So I filmed it and asked, hey, does anyone know about this grave? And then from there, it took off from there.
And so you started out with your initial video. Now, how many views did your initial video get?
Oh, like 20.
Right, exactly, right. So what got you to take that next step and start creating your second video?
You know, it was just, well, let's do it again. And anything that I was interested in, I figured somebody else might be interested in. And so I just kept at it and kept at it. And anytime I went on a vacation, anything that was Wild West, I would start researching it. And it was just like, hey, maybe someone else is interested. And then I would talk to people and then not related to the channel at all. And they liked my stories just in chatting with them. So then it was all of a sudden, let's make more videos, and just kept at it.
So this was more, it sounds like this was more of a passion that you found going, okay, I'm not focused on, I have to monetize this.
Right.
I'm not focused on, oh, I have to get 1,000 followers a day or any of the kind of crazy stuff. It's like you were doing it because you had that passion to want to do it.
Yeah, I thought, hey, if I'm interested in it, somebody else might like to know about it.
So now, I know that with creating videos, it's not always easy to stay consistent. So I want you to tell me about some of the different things that you've run into that have really challenged you to stay consistent with creating videos and just doing the thing.
Well, you know, it's you know, with any passion, when you do it and you're trying to do it for others, you know, sometimes I'm just not feeling it. But you know, you take something and you try to film it, and then it's trying to create that, take all your raw footage and put it into something that other people might like to see. I may have a real strong passion, or maybe I'm just not feeling it or something, but it's taking all those little bits and pieces and trying to combine them all and make it something so somebody keeps watching and watches it until the end.
But it sounds like you're doing something really important, which is you're doing it for you.
Yes.
You're not doing it for everyone else. This is your own project, your own passion, your own creativity.
That's exactly it. Yes.
See? Yep. And that's one of the biggest things is being able to make sure that you're doing this for you. You're not doing it for everybody else. You're not seeking validation from everybody else. You're doing this because you enjoy doing it, and that's huge. So now that you are creating these videos, what are some of the obstacles that you find yourself running into that make you say, I'm having a tough time doing this. I'm having a tough time getting over this obstacle. What type of obstacles do you run into?
Well, I think it's things that I find, you know, I'll get really sucked down a rabbit hole, and I'll research and I'll do what I think is great, and I'll put it out there, and it's mediocre. And then other times I'll do something that I'm like, I don't care about, and it's through the roof. So it's trying to understand that YouTube algorithm and find out what gets put out there, what do people like, what can I do more of. And then I just run into obstacles as I go through, like if I'm editing something and I know I can do something, I just don't know how I need to do it. So it's figuring out, how do I make this work in the editing software? How do I do this? Or how do I switch that maybe something was not lighting correctly and I want it, you know, to look better. And so it's just learning as you go, little bits and pieces as you go through.
Do you ever find yourself going like, oh man, I'm taking way too much time on this. It's that perfectionist type of feeling that we've got.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you do to get over that?
That's a good question. Just keep plugging through. Maybe if it's you just need to put it away for the day and come back in it the next day and look at it. Or I show it to my husband and I go, let me know. Like, I'm very critical of myself, and he'll watch it and he'll be like, no, it's good. Let it run. And he always tells me, I don't want to know what you think about it. Let me watch it, and then I'll give you my opinion, because I'll be like, check this, check that.
Yeah.
So.
But that's great though, because then you look at it and you say, okay, we're more hypercritical of ourselves than probably anybody else is going to be. And unfortunately, that can put us into this box of going, okay, it's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. It's like, no, it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Just put it out there. Just do it, you know, because as we were talking about a little bit yesterday, saying, especially if you're a creator and you're putting out stuff online, this is just getting FaceTime out there. It's about you just creating a massive amount of videos, and they're gonna get better.
Right.
You do it enough times, it's gonna get better. It's just a matter of sticking with it, staying consistent, getting over yourself of feeling like this isn't perfect. Right. Well, no, of course it's not perfect. Yeah. It's never gonna be perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. No matter what you do.
But as long as we're getting just a little bit better every single day. Right. Then we're headed in the right direction.
And that's what I try to do too, is I find something that I can improve on, just one little thing, and I'll work on that until I feel like it's as good as I can get it, and then find something else that I can improve upon. And it could be a little thing as far as like, walking while filming and not jiggling the camera, or editing and putting a green screen up or whatever. It's just one little thing that I can tweak to make it better.
Just a little win. And every single little win, those things compound.
Absolutely.
It's really fascinating, because it seems like some people really only focus on like that big win, like looking at it as, I've got to hit this home run. It's like, no, like singles, maybe a double here and there.
That's true.
But as long as you're consistently getting those, then you're not striking out all the time.
Right. That's a good point.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Point. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad that we had this chance to chat and talk, and for everybody else to see. And so your YouTube channel, and make sure that I have this right, is Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures.
Yes.
Perfect. So if you're into Old West, into history, you want to know more about it, she's been telling me all sorts of really cool things that I had absolutely no idea. But check it out, Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. And this has been great to have you here with us. I hope you got some extreme value out of it, and then I'm going to see you again tomorrow, because we are in the home stretch here. We've been doing this for 60 days. We're headed for 90, so we're in the home stretch. It's going to be fantastic. So I will see you tomorrow, and until then, take action now.